Five books I'm currently reading. So from the end of my fuck for five books I'm currently reading. As you might know, that in our self-improvement journey, books are an essential part. You might think that self-improvement is all about going to the gym, but there is also an essential part of also getting the knowledge which others have. Books are an easy and convenient source for us to get our knowledge. Thus, for around 1 year, I have been an avid reader. I try to read around 5 to 10 or 15 pages every day. The way I see books are as a source of knowledge and experience which other men which are more capable and more smart than I was had. And they wrote all their experiences and learnings into a single book. And I could buy that book for some money. Thus, I could get in their experiences and what they felt at the moment. Thus, books are a really important way of learning. I personally love books, or I try to cultivate the feeling that I love books. So, the five books which I am currently reading are as follows. The first book which I am currently reading is The Way of the Superior Man, if you can see it. It's written by David Dida. This book is a spiritual mastery and it will tell you what the masculine and feminine side is. It will tell you why women are not liars, why some men are why they are, and a lot of things. It will tell you what you should do about your intimate relationships and everything. Basically, everything which a man goes through is written in this book. It's what you can say a spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desires. So, the first book is The Way of the Superior Man. The second book which I am currently reading is Alexander the Great by Jacob Abbott. It's an autobiography written by Jacob Abbott about Alexander the Great. So a few days earlier I was watching a video from Charlie Morgan and he said to read not about the 0.1% men and to read about the 0.0000001% men. And thus I thought about reading of Alexander the Great, who was a king at 19, dead at 32, and in between an empire that refused to end. So this book basically tells us the early childhood of Alexander, why he had the zest to conquer the world, how was his relationship with his parents, how did he enchant the people he met, what was his striking qualities, what were the battles he fought, and everything. So I really learn a lot from this book. I think that I'm learning a lot by indulging in his experiences of such a great man who once lived. Now the third book which I am currently reading is The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. Funny enough, when I bought this book, I thought that I would never read this because this book is like quite huge, quite big, you know. It's around 500 to 582 pages, but it's really good. We as humans are social creatures and we also have a lot of bad sides to us like grandiosity, envy, jealousy, hate. There are many emotions which we feel which affect us in one or the other way, and thus we need to understand these emotions of ours so that we can have a good and basic understanding of ourselves and others so that we can efficiently communicate with them and have a bright future, because in the end what all we want to have people who are there for us in every situation. And thus I think that you can and you should learn about human nature because it's one of the most important things, human psychology. So yes, great book. I'm currently in the process of reading it, by the way. I have not fully read it. Now the fourth book is The Art of Seduction, also by Robert Greene. Now this book is kind of a gem because as boys, as men, we always have wanted to have women around us and we have always wanted to have girls around us. But we never know what should we do. No movie, no guru, no parent never tells us anything on how to seduce someone. But it's an important skill. Half of our population is women and vice versa. And thus, I think it really is important for us to learn to have that subtle qualities of a person who is charming, charismatic, who is, a great person. And by the way, this book is actually quite big also. It's the concise version of The Art of Seduction. I actually read this book on my laptop. I actually also have a PDF which I downloaded illegally. So yeah, if you know, you know. And the fourth book, which I have not yet started, but I have I have read 1 or 2 pages, and I will be reading, is The Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. So earlier there was the Roman Catholic Church, everyone knew. There were priests, and the Bible was not accessible to the peasants or to the common people. And the beliefs of the church was reigned supreme. They were chosen to be the voice to the God. But there were a lot of beliefs which were not really good. And Charles Darwin was the first person to question the beliefs given by the Roman Catholic Church. He came with the theory of natural selection and many other great theories. He was a wise man, and I'm really, really, what I can say, I'm really, really happy to hear his words. हाँ, टाइम पास ला रहे. हाँ. हाँ. Thus, I think it's also a really important and a good book to read. Yes. Ah. So yeah, that's it. I hope you liked the books which I am reading, and if you have any better suggestions, do let me know. I will try to share my knowledge with you from these books which I learn. And yes, as always, I hope the best for you, and thank you.